I must say, we've spent long enough playing house. Miss Farina, as the Hydro Archon, I am sure you understand the exact meaning of the phenomenon we just witnessed.
What are you trying to say?
At this point, I don't think there's any more need to speak as diplomatic representatives. Allow me to speak to you now as just a Fontanian. You know the prophecy by heart, and yet, here you are, relaxing, drinking tea. The prophecy's hanging above our necks like a guillotine. But you? It beggars belief just how nonchalant and carefree you have.
You're wrong. I've never ignored the prophecy, nor have I just been passing the time in self-indulgence.
I am not alone in my doubts, you know. All the children of Fontaine may— Oh, great Hydro Archon. How are you going to save them? Save us? How are the people you've sworn to protect supposed to survive in a land that will soon disappear beneath the waves?
I have my ways, and I've been working on them for all this time. Even if you look down upon me, you have no right to judge me. Fontaine will be saved. Even if I still cannot see the true future right now, as long as I continue on as I am, I will be able to hold my head up high.
Then I ask you, Miss Farina, just what have you been working on? Where can we see it, and what—
My machinations are just like the prophecy itself.
I see. As a god, the proof of your labor always lies— Allow me to be so bold as to ask another way. Would it be possible for you to tell us the parts of your plan that are—
An
Oh, that look in your eye.
The emergency response plan.
Then allow me to jog your memory. Miss Farina, what do you plan to do with the massive amounts of indemnitium that has accumulated?
The Oratrice? It's just like it appears.
So you also have no idea. If I'm not mistaken, I first caught wind of this when Linny tried to investigate the Oratrice in the Opera House. You see, even just getting close to the core contaminated him with an extremely large amount of indemnitium. But even if that had nothing to do with you, then what could you possibly be working on, oh great Hydro Archon? Oh, right. I almost forgot. Udex Neuvillette is not at the tea party with us today. Miss Farina.
Yeah, yes, that's exactly right. Please keep it a secret for me.
Of course I will. Although, I must say, Miss Farina, you seem— Oh, very well. Let's stop that conversation here. There are still a
io
few
mi
slices
fiderei a
of cake
mangiarle.
left, so please, help yourselves, everyone. Traveler, I heard that you were recently commissioned to handle a few matters on behalf of the Udex. Why don't you too, Paimon?
Thank you.
Io non l'avrei mangiata, sono sincera.
Oh, Paimon's super full.
If it's on my tea table.
You're welcome. I'm sure the cake also felt— it is getting late. Why don't we call it a day?
Very well.
Mind seeing me off, traveler?
Paimon's coming too.
Non ho molta voglia di... Eccoci qua.
I'm glad that you were willing to come with me. Of course, child was just an excuse. I have no interest in your dealings with him.
That's what Paimon thought.
You lent your aid to the children of the House of the Hearth. As their father, I would like to express my gratitude. Do I look like an irresponsible father to you? The house, that was all. Formal topics should be discussed in formal settings. I know you just returned from the fortress of Meripede. Relax. I have no intention of trying to get...
They've all been working very hard and have always done.
You mean Writhsley. He's a tricky one to deal with. It's unfortunate. By the way, and you can just consider this a bit of... You are outside of our disputes, and the freest person in all of Fontaine, able to...
And that's everything that happened during the trial. Master Child was declared guilty and immediately transported to the Fortress of Meripede.
Didn't he say he was coming here on vacation? Does he not feel an... Forget it. He did. I will be meeting someone short...
Do you require help with any prep?
No need. I need to meet with Farina, the Hydro Archon. She is at the heart of...
Oh? Come over here, you little critter, you! You dare to run from me?
My goal is just to discover the location of the Gnosis. But I didn't expect the chance to approach Farina. Anything left unguarded is usually just bait. It's just as I guessed in the second before I struck. The Hydro... In fact, this Archon doesn't seem like a...
Who are you?
The fear in her pupils is genuine. So perhaps she's not bait after all. I left the scene with ease. Nobody came looking for me, and nobody could serve as a witness to my nearest... Not long after, my informants confirmed there's no doubt that there's something wrong with her. I began to entertain the possibility that she is not the true Hydra. I have to find the Gnosis. If the Neuvillette hypothesis is correct, he is probably in possession of it.
Yes, Father.
My dear children, please...
News from the Fortress of Meripede. Master Child has gone missing. On top of...
Probably the handiwork of that Writhsley.
I'm afraid so.
This is a good opportunity. The value of a harbinger. Set up a meeting for me. I would like to meet the Hydro Arc. Oh, and I have an...
Yes, Father.
Tartaglia's disappearance was not a part of my plan, but I can use it to make a breakthrough. With this as my excuse, the initiative belongs to the House of the Hearth.
Questo fatto di Neuvillette non ci avevo mai pensato, sono sincera.
It wouldn't mean anything, even if you shouted it from the rooftops. I've now had 2 chances to enjoy tea with her. I am a servant of Her Majesty the Tsaritsa. Of course, that is all just how I feel. Gut feel. It is, however, quite amusing to me that after all my years working in intelligence gathering, don't you think Fontaine is quite intriguing? A catastrophe loop. Ultimately, though, one must survive. You don't need to commit to anything right now, of course. I have a feeling that the situation will continue to evolve. And as your name is often connected with noble deeds,
Eccolo Neuvillette.
I'm sure we will work together someday. He certainly returned quickly. You must want to catch up with each other, so I'll leave you to him.
Neuvillette, is it over?
For now, yes. But this issue will prove quite thorny in the long term. I'm concerned that... Thank you for protecting Farina. To put it simply, I used my power to force back the Primordial Sea and reseal the sluice gate. So as expected, The knave has turned up the pressure on Farina. Permission granted.
Whoa. It can't be that you're the real high... You can't tell us? Then that...
If by the phrase, you guys, you are referring to Farina and I, then although I'm not sure just what you are trying to imply, I must clarify that I do not share her positions on a multitude of topics. I believe so. The fortress has a long and complex history, and now another catastrophe will soon be upon us.
Huh? Why is it raining all of a sudden?
Un drago d'acqua risiedesse a Fontaine. Ogni volta che questo piangeva i cieli si rannuvolavano e iniziava a piovere.
You may be closer to the truth than you think.
Oh? And what are you thinking? The dragon of... what? Huh?
Please do not be so surprised. Farina?
Neuvillette!
My apologies.
We were just guessing randomly. We didn't guess right, did we?
You guessed correctly. I sincerely hope you'll be able to...
Certo.
Right, of course. Well, there's still...
Please, go ahead.
Well, if you are the dragon sovereign of water, then since Fontaine's prophecy is all about seawater, couldn't you
None of the currently living dragon sovereigns in the world, myself included, they say that when the first usurper arrived on Tivat, they seized a part of the dragon's power. Today, that stolen power is the basis of the Archon's authorities.
There are 7 elemental archons and 7 matching dragon sovereigns.
The dragon sovereign of water who lived through that era perished a long time ago. As their successor, I know far less of that part of our ancient history. In any case, I believe I will not be able to do much unless the Archon disappears and returns. Given the status quo, however, I would recommend finding another way to deal.
Oh, so even you can't...
I still have some urgent matters to attend to at my office. If you have any more questions
Sicuramente dovremmo tornare da lui.
There's a place that Paimon wants to go too. Traveler, why don't we pay another visit to the Fortress of Meripede? We'll see you another time.
Take care.